The Last of Us was posted over a month ago and has been a gigantic financial success for both Sony and Naughty Dog. What's up you lot? My name is Asif and welcome back guys to a brand new Last of Us video. Now regardless of your opinion on the game, whether you enjoyed The Last of Us 2, hated the game, or you're stuck somewhere in the middle, The Last of Us 2 has been promising in terms of revenue generated. You know my opinion on the game already, and if you don't, I have a full in-depth story video on my channel that tackles everything to do with the story and my personal experience with the game. Now, a couple of days before The Last of Us 2 got released, NEIL Druckman, the director of The Last of Us 2, who I'm aware some of you despise him and some of you don't really like him, but that doesn't matter. He said that he's not too sure whether he wants to do The Last of Us 3 or create a new IP. A new IP, for those who don't know, is basically a brand new game with a brand new story in a brand new universe, that sort of thing. Now, he said in an interview a couple of days before The Last of Us 2 actually got released last month, he said, "As you start wrapping things up creatively, there are fewer and fewer responsibilities, and my mind can't help but think about the next thing," Druckman says. So yeah, the next thing could be a part 3, the next thing could be some new IP. You hear the bars? Anyway, back to what I was saying. So one thing we can be certain is that we're definitely going to see more content from NEIL Druckman. Whether we're going to be following Ellie's footsteps once more or something completely different, we don't know yet. Now, numbers don't lie, and before we get into how attractive the numbers for and the revenue for The Last of Us 2 was, maybe you can help improve my numbers and help me out by clicking the like button down below. It really does help and help boost my channel. The more my channel gets exposed, the more likely I'm to get more of you guys to watch my videos, the more likely I'm to make content for you guys, that sort of thing. It's a really good cycle and it's a long cycle, so a simple like then takes half a second. So if you can do that, what the Back to what I was saying, The Last of Us 2. The game sold actually more than 4 million copies in its first 3 days of launch, setting new PlayStation records, and NEIL has stated that the game is selling well. So that's good news if you do want The Last of Us 3. So he wants it to sell enough so they can do it again. Therefore, Sony will keep trusting Naughty Dog and give them the creative freedom to do what Naughty Dog needs to do. Now, in terms of business, what that literally means is NEIL said he wants the game to sell enough for Sony to give them creative freedom. Creative freedom in this way it means funding, right? They hope that the game becomes successful enough in terms of money-wise that Sony sees The Last of Us 2 as a guaranteed profit, and as a result can help with funding the game and increase the budget, which will allow more money for the game developers to do more price-costly functions, such as more cutscenes, better technology, better acting, better voice actors, longer games, and pushing the game to the max, that sort of thing. That's what they mean by creative freedom. It's just kind of a media way to actually say create funding and money problems, that sort of thing. Because obviously, if the game is successful in terms of money, then there's a lower risk and higher reward kind of thing. So there you go. Unfortunately, unlike movies and films, budget for video games are rarely released, but The Last of Us 2 can be expected to have a budget of a little over $100 million US. So if the sales are enough, Sony can up the budget for Naughty Dog for The Last of Us 3. So interestingly enough, The Last of Us 3 could actually be a thing because the game is actually doing well despite critics and personal reviews of the game. But of course, if we do get The Last of Us 3, it will be no time soon. You know, maybe we'll see a Last of Us 3 in 2027, in 7 years' time. Maybe sooner, maybe later, but man, that's kind of depressing, man. Imagine how old you will be in 7 years. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is just a quick video talking about The Last of Us 3 and how possible it is. I was thinking about making this video last month when he actually said this into an interview, but I was like, I'm going to wait till we actually get some sort of bone or concrete evidence that it could be possible. Because if the game did terrible, then, you know, The Last of Us 3 being produced is very unlikely. But even though the game is not seen as one of the better games that Naughty Dog have made and people don't really like it, that doesn't mean that the sales have not been good. Unfortunately, if you didn't want The Last of Us 3, sorry to say this, but the sales are doing well. I didn't like The Last of Us 2, but hey, look at The Last of Us 2 sales and that's all you need. At the end of the day, gaming industry and everything within it is a business. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, like the video, subscribe, and in a bit.